I know a lot of you watch my videos because you're trying to regulate your nervous system. You're doing the breath works, the slow mornings, the walks. You are trying. But at some point, I think every single one of us asks ourselves the same question. Is any of this actually working? Like, is something shifting, or am I doing all of this for nothing? So today, I want to walk you through some research that shows the actual signs that your body is learning how to regulate itself in a more sustainable way. The signs that your nervous system is healing. If you're new here, my name is Veronika, and on this channel we talk about nervous system regulation, dopamine, attention, the kind of self-improvement that doesn't require you to white knuckle through anything. I'm a yoga teacher and I practice almost every single day, and a lot of what I share comes from this intersection of your body and your mind. Quick housekeeping before we start, I made a free guide called Your Nervous System Reset. It's basically a great thing to use at the very beginning if you just want to understand how all of this works. The link to download this guide completely for free is going to be in the description. Alright, so let's begin with the first sign that your nervous system is healing. Your morning cortisol spike starts to feel normal again. So let's talk about how you feel in the first hour after you wake up. Because in my case, for a very long time, what was happening was I would wake up and I felt that urge to immediately grab my phone and be on social media and scroll. I would fall asleep with my phone in my hand, almost falling on my face, and I would wake up and the first thing I wanted to do was grab my phone and be on social media again. Now I know that I did all of that because being alone with my own thoughts just felt unbearable. And honestly, I just thought that that was who I was. I was a morning anxious person. You know, there are morning people, there are anxious people, and I was a morning anxious person. What I didn't know at that time was that there's something called the cortisol awakening response. It's basically your body's natural alarm clock. It's something that helps you wake up and be alert and be ready for the day. Your cortisol surges around 38 to 75% in the first 30 to 45 minutes after you wake up. And it's supposed to feel like energy, like alertness, like, okay, I'm ready, let's go. And the reason why for me in the past it often felt like panic was because I was adding more things on top that were just stressing me out. Instead of allowing the morning to just happen naturally, get out of bed, do my morning routine, have breakfast, I would immediately grab my phone, be on social media, and comparison would kick in. I would see all of those people doing so many things and I would be like, okay, my day hasn't even started yet and I already feel anxious. There's this great 2017 meta-analysis by Dr. Emma Adam and her team, and they basically pulled together 80 studies on the topic of the cortisol awakening response. And what they found was that the flatter cortisol curves have the strongest link with inflammation and immune problems, which makes sense because when your body is constantly in stress mode, the system that's supposed to fight off illness is usually the first to break down. And so many of us have normalized starting our mornings in this fight or flight. You wake up and the first thing you do is grab your phone and check your work emails or your work messages. And that already makes you stressed out because you're already like, okay, here are all the things I need to do today. So obviously when all of this stops, when you finally create clear boundaries with your phone and also around the time you go to bed and wake up, the absence of this feeling in the morning, of this feeling like, okay, I need to go, I need to do this, I need to do that, it starts to feel kind of weird because you're like, okay, what am I supposed to do now? I'm supposed to just wake up and that's it? Go do my morning routine, go brush my teeth, go have breakfast. It's kind of boring. What about being on my phone? What about responding to everyone? What about checking everyone else's social media? But this feeling of boredom is exactly something we're looking for. That's your body remembering how to wake up the way it's supposed to. So when we talk about resetting your cortisol rhythm, a huge part of all of this is allowing your nervous system to relax throughout the day in those small little micro moments. It doesn't have to be anything big. Sometimes it's literally just 15 minutes of letting your body be warm and your your eyes be closed. Which actually brings me to today's sponsor, Body Restore. If you spend most of your day on a screen, let's say you work in front of your computer or you use your phone a lot, your eyes are probably feeling it. They probably feel really tired by the end of the day. And I have been using this thing for the last few weeks, and it's been helping my eyes so much in the evening. This is the steam eye mask from Body Restore. The idea is really simple. You just open it, put it on, and it gently warms up on its own for about 15 minutes. No plug, no microwave, no charging. You literally just wear it and let your eyes rest. An added bonus that I really like is that when I put on this mask, I can't multitask. I can't scroll, I can't be on my phone, so I'm allowing my nervous system to finally take a small little break. I just sit there and let my eyes be warm. Yes, this eye mask has been helping me with the eye strain from staring at a screen all day, but it also allows me to take this small little break, and it makes my evening routine feel so much more relaxing. It's made with clean, skin-safe ingredients and essential oils, which I really care about because whatever touches your skin really matters. They also make these shower steamers that do a similar thing. You drop one in the shower and it basically turns it into a spa. I've literally been using them every single day as part of my wind down routine when I go take a shower before going to bed. I really like them. They smell amazing. If you want to try it, you can get the steam eye mask and the shower steamers from the official Body Restore store at mybodyrestore.com. And I'll also have a link for you guys in the description. I highly recommend keeping one of these eye masks on your nightstand. The second sign that your nervous system is healing is that you stop chasing dopamine all day, especially when we talk about those quick hits. I'm gonna share the story with you guys when I first noticed that I really needed to change something when it came to my relationship with my phone. When I take an Uber to go somewhere, I usually have to be looking out of the window and not be on my phone because otherwise I'm gonna get car sick. Like usually I feel fine, but the moment I reach for my phone and I start reading something or just, watching a video while the car is moving, no, like I immediately don't feel good. But at some point I started noticing that, okay, even though I knew that about myself, I was still reaching for my phone, refreshing social media, responding to messages, and then by the end of the car ride, I would just feel so bad, like very nauseous. And I was doing that because yes, it was a habit, a habit of constantly checking my phone, but also because being in silence, again, sitting like this and not doing anything just felt really uncomfortable. My nervous system needed something to do, and my phone was the easiest something. So when your nervous system is dysregulated, your brain is in this constant search for stimulation. And anything that gives you a quick dopamine hit, like your phone, or maybe snacking on something unhealthy, a lot of sugar, a lot of processed foods. And what I always say is that you're using all of those things to actually help yourself regulate. Your nervous system is trying to regulate. You're so used to living in this constant state of go, go, go. So that's why you're using all of those things to actually try to regulate yourself. But obviously long term, you know that it doesn't make you feel good. And the reason why willpower here usually doesn't work is because willpower asks the wrong question. The question isn't how do I make myself stop scrolling with more discipline and more willpower. The question is, why does my body need so much stimulation every single day in the first place? Let me actually dig deeper and let me figure this out, like an experiment. Right now, so many people talk about the fact that we have no attention span, that we're all addicted to our phones and our generation is just doomed. But I don't honestly believe that, because I know that once you focus on your nervous system regulation, your phone just doesn't look as magnetic anymore. Like you stop reaching for it every single time to fill every single moment of boredom. You just stop being someone who has to fight this urge to scroll because you just don't want to do it. You become someone who doesn't really like it that much. You can stand in line and not pull your phone out. You can sit on the couch without immediately turning something on. You can drink your coffee and just be there, like sit in the kitchen and look at the wall. And this happens not because suddenly you're a very disciplined person. It happens because your nervous system doesn't require all of this, like your phone. It doesn't want it anymore. Okay, sign number 3 that your nervous system is healing is that you can make decisions without spiraling. You know those moments when you just stand in front of your closet and you just don't know what you want to wear. And it feels like if you wear something that you don't like, you're gonna make the biggest mistake in the whole world. When you open a menu at a restaurant and you're trying to decide what to order, you feel all of this panic. Like again, it's going to be the most important decision of your life. And the mechanism behind this behavior is something called amygdala hijack. Your amygdala is the part of your brain that scans for threats. It's fast, it's reactive, and it doesn't really think long term. Like in 5 years and 10 years, this is my plan. No, it's always scanning your environment for potential threats right here, right now. And so when we're dysregulated, our amygdala treats absolutely anything and everything like a potential threat. A text message, a small decision, a weird look from a stranger. And when the amygdala is in charge, the rational part of your brain, your prefrontal cortex, it kind of gets locked out of the driver's seat. And so that's why you can be a very smart, a very capable person, but still spiral over what you want to have for lunch. In those cases, probably what's happening is that your amygdala is running the show because it doesn't trust that you are completely safe. Right now in my life, what I try to focus on more is when I make a small decision, like something to order, I know that if I don't like it, it's okay. Like it happens, it's going to be a good lesson for me. If I pick an outfit and then by the end of the day, I realize that maybe I didn't like something about it or something wasn't that comfortable, again, it's life, it's a lesson. And I know maybe at the beginning it sounds like I want everything always to be perfect, I always want to feel comfortable, and I never ever want to make mistakes, but that's not life. And the moment you focus on your nervous system regulation, you start to create all of this space in your life to allow those mistakes to happen. Because if you're already running on empty and always tired and overwhelmed, like you're not gonna want to make those mistakes because there's no energy. There's no energy, mental energy and physical energy to allow for those small little mistakes to happen. Sign number 4 that your nervous system is healing is that you feel safe around other people again. This is very interesting and very new for me to be experiencing, to be honest, because for a very long time, I would always say that I'm an introvert. I don't really like talking to other people. I just like to sit at home and spend all of my time at home. The thing is, yes, I still do really like to spend my time at home. But at the same time, I understand the value of building connections and creating friendships. And in the past, being around people drained me in a way that I just couldn't explain. Like I always felt completely exhausted after talking to other people. And that was because my nervous system always read other people as a potential threat. I was so dysregulated that I didn't have the energy to talk to other people. And when this happens, I don't think that we should think of ourselves as broken, there's something wrong with you, I'm unloving, I'm cold. It just means that your body is protecting you, protecting your energy the only way that it knows. And other people are supposed to regulate you, not drain you. There's even a term called co-regulation, when 2 people or more people can settle each other down by being in the same room and talking and interacting. And that's what hangouts are supposed to feel like. That's what hugs are supposed to feel like. And a good conversation with a friend is supposed to make you feel co-regulated, not exhausted, not like you need to spend another 2-3 hours regulating yourself all over again. And the final sign number 5, that your nervous system is regulating itself is that you can rest without guilt. That's a really big one for me because for many years, my rest had to be productive. Like, I couldn't just do nothing and like really do something that I truly enjoyed, just like be lazy on my couch if that's what I decided to do. No, my rest had to be scheduled all the time. It had to be super productive. It had to be something that would always like propel me closer towards my goal or my dream. So I was always reading books about productivity. I was always listening podcasts about something that I really wanted to learn, something very scientific. Not just something that I wanted to hear because it was nice, or, listening to a playlist, or maybe watching like a YouTube video. No, my rest had to always be about productivity. And I genuinely thought that I was someone who couldn't relax. Like, that was my personality. I'm a very driven person, so I always have to be doing something. And now I understand that that wasn't drive. That was a nervous system that didn't feel safe enough to stop. Because when you're always in this stimulation mode, your body interprets stillness as danger because it's unfamiliar. It's not something that we do anymore. So your body learns that doing nothing is risky. And that's why so many of us just can't rest. We always have to do something, because if we're not doing anything, we feel all of this guilt. And that's not a character flaw. It's something that you can really work with. We see this a lot. Rest is being treated as something you have to earn. You worked very hard and now you deserve a slow morning. You've hit your goals and now you've earned a day off. And I think this framing is a big part of why so many of us can't rest. Because deep down, we believe that we don't fully deserve it until first we produce enough. But the thing is, something that I really want you guys to understand is that your body doesn't see it this way. For your nervous system, rest is the same as food and water. You need it to survive and function well. It's not a reward, it's a need. Your rest is not a reward. It's not something you get after you worked very hard. It's a biological need. And so when you remind yourself that it's okay to rest, it's okay to have slow days, your body finally starts to feel safer and safer to log off. It starts to feel more natural again. And slowly but surely, you are going to feel less and less guilt. There's not going to be this little voice in your head telling you that you haven't done enough, you should be doing more. I mean, yes, this voice can be telling you all of this, but you should still say, okay, I hear your little voice, but I'm still going to rest because I deserve it and I need it. Alright guys, I think it's going to be it for today's video. If you liked it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to check out Body Restore and all of their products, I will leave the link in the description. Also, if you want to get my free nervous system regulation guide, the link is going to be in the description as well. If you're thinking about what to watch next, I highly recommend picking this video right here. So I'll see you there, or I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. Bye! See you!